Welcome back to W.P.M with Magz, aka Wolf Pussy Monologues podcast. Get ready for some shit and shenanigans from the CEO of the Unicorn Division, our leader of the Wolfden Pack, the maniac behind the mic, the one and only Magz. Broadcasting internationally from our lovely private studio in the city of Los Angeles. We thank each of our listeners around the globe for joining the shit show, and we sincerely hope you enjoyed today's episode.
Hey, yo, what up, what it is? How you feeling? How you living? Where y'all been? Welcome to another episode of W.P.M with Magz podcast. I'm your host, Magz. As always, it's a pleasure to be back on the mic one more time with all my Wolfpack friends. Hope you had a great week. Hope you're feeling all right and yourself. Looky. Here come Cookie. We are in our D Me Down December series. Yes, Lord. We are doing it to it. You know, we feeling holly, jolly, merry around this motherfucker. You know, not sure if we're going to do a Christmas carol this year, but hell, who knows? You know, who knows? Shit, who fucking knows? So anyhow, let's get into our first episode in our D Me Down series, okay? Because that's the type of shit we do in the Wolf Den for December 2020 motherfucking 5, okay? Artificial sex. Yes, that's what's on the chopping block for today's episode. You know, we gonna dive into that topic. It's sexy and controversial. Yes, it is. Sex with AI, robots, machines. The future of intimacy is here, and some people are already embracing it. Some are curious, some are scared, and some are downright turned the fuck on. We gonna get into it. We're exploring desire, technology, and the ways our minds and bodies are responding to the idea that pleasure might no longer require another human being. I'm sorry, sounds like a Black Mirror episode, but hey, here we are, Netflix. Hint, hint, boom. Let's get into the rise of AI and robots in sex. Ooh. Okay, fam, let's start with the basics. AI and robots in the bedroom, it ain't just sci-fi no more, apparently. There are apps, robots, and machines designed specifically to mimic human touch, intimacy, and even conversation. Some of these robots can learn what you like, respond to your moods, and adapt in ways, well, some humans just can't fucking do. Now, let me just interject here a little bit. Just a little bit. Now, you mean to tell me, okay, yeah, a robot can mimic conversation, but some of us like that our partners are weirdly, oddly quiet and don't quite know how to respond, and that's the kind of stuff that, you know, motivates us. So why take that away? It's my question. And furthermore, what's the difference between the roles and the robot? It's all based on programming, correct? Yeah. For some, it's liberating. You know, no judgment, no expectations, no emotional baggage, just pleasure tailored exactly to you, right? And let's be honest, there's something undeniably sexy about a partner that exists solely to please you. Yeah, it's like fantasy made flesh or circuits. Yeah, you can say that, but I'm just saying it. I know humans that exist solely to please. I'm just saying. I know somebody like it. But anyway, everybody ain't able. Okay. But this shit also raises the questions, right? Are we ready to accept intimacy without humanity? Can pleasure exist without emotion? You know? Or are we just evolving our desires along with our technology? I mean, you make enough robots, I guess at some point you will start to fuck one of them, I guess. I guess? Humans are weird. Let's just stop and think about it for a second, though. What is the difference between the Rose toy and AI? Or a dildo and an AI robot? Or a sex toy and an AI robot? It's all man-made pieces and parts specifically made to enhance pleasure for male or female genitalia. Boom. That's just what it is, right? So if you've been using a dildo for years, pocket rocket, whatever, you still using something that was programmed to please you. Whether it's on a higher form of a whole human-like situation going on or a handheld toy, it's still a fucking technical doohickey just made for pleasure. So what's the big deal, right? No. Oh no. It just seems like it's something a little different between a pocket rocket and an android sticking plastic penis in me. I'm just saying, it seems something a little different. Because at the end of the day, you have to trust your partner. You have to trust your partner to a certain degree and extent that your partner is not going to hurt or harm you while you're in a vulnerable state. I'm supposed to trust the robot. Okay, I'm sorry. I watched all the Terminators. Just saying. So why do people embrace artificial sex in the first goddamn place? People are running to AI and robots for a lot of reasons. Some are lonely, some are curious, some want to explore fantasies without shame or judgment, and some would just want convenience. Imagine this: a partner who never complains, never gets tired, never judges, who can adapt exactly to your desires, mood, and timing. That's, can be read as powerful and seductive and, tantalizing and shit, And here's the wild part: emotional connection can still happen. People are reporting feelings of attachment, care, even love for machines. It's some fascinating shit. Humans are wired for intimacy, and technology is learning how to fulfill that need. Ain't that a bitch? So, your AI robot Benson can also be your new baby daddy. Yeah, let's see when they put the sperm in the fake nutsack and shit. And hey, you want to upgrade your model? Come on down and get the sperm kit. All you got to do is inject the nuts and we'll do the rest. Yeah, that wasn't a sponsor. That's upcoming. Please believe that shit. It makes you kind of wonder, what is intimacy really? Is it about the other person or the way they make you feel? What's the takeaway? You dig? Let's get on into the ethics, the taboo, and fear of artificial sex. Of course, not everybody is on board with this shit. Okay? There's a lot of fear and taboo surrounding artificial sex. Some say it'll destroy relationships. Others say it's creepy, unnatural, and downright fucking dangerous. Like I mentioned before, no means no. So if there are some humans that are quote unquote wired to not be able to stop themselves or control themselves when they are brought to a situation where they're aroused and no is a no thrown out there, you know what I'm saying? How am I to know that a robot is going to be able to stop? Yeah, I don't know. Yet, history shows us that humans have always been curious about pleasure. From toys to porn to virtual reality, sex and technology have been intertwined for decades. The question is, where do we draw the line? Is it cheating if it's a robot? Is it morally wrong to fall in love with an AI? And the scariest thought, what happens when AI becomes so self-aware and advanced that it understands you better than any human could? Do we really want that? Are we really meant to be with perfection? If you can't achieve it, why are you, so special that you deserve to have it? Just wondering. Some people call it the lonely future ahead of us. Others call it liberation. Anybody can fulfill relationship goals and feel those good sparks and, lose their virginity and stuff. There are some people out there that can't lose it because they can't and ain't and all that, But one thing's for sure, it's sexy and seductive and undeniable. And it is here, ladies and gentlemen. AI sex. It is here. Now let's get into the future of sex and human desire. Okay? So, what does all this mean for humans? Are we ready to accept a world where intimacy might not require another human? Can we enjoy pleasure without connection? Or maybe a new kind of connection entirely? For some, artificial sex is empowerment, a chance to explore fantasies safely, to learn about desires, to embrace pleasure on their own terms. For others, it's a wake-up call to rethink what love, sex, and intimacy really means. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not curious about the shit. Okay? I'm just not. I feel like, and this is just my personal opinion, but I feel like nothing can replace the veins, the throb, the heat. You know what I'm talking about? The life. That's a life force. That's a life maker, as my nigga the highest would call it. It's your maker stick. Okay? So life is dwelling there. Okay? It's all intertwined. But plastic doll sex, yeah, it's penetrative. Okay, you know what I'm saying? You go nut, I guess. Whatever, But the connection with that other, that life, I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't believe it can be topped. Just saying. Nothing against your makers and all that and shit, but nah, I don't think it can be topped. I don't give a fuck about your stamina and all of that. And the robot don't get tired and the robot can eat your pussy for hours. So I don't want my pussy ate for hours. After so long, it gets raw. That's just stupid. Okay? We're not shooting a porn, fucker. Let's just think about this shit here. Why the fuck do you need to drill a hole in the goddamn wall? Why do you have to have sex so violently that you can't have it with humans? What is that? Maybe you should rethink some other shit you got going on. I'm just saying, maybe you should rethink some shit. You might have some underlying issues you don't even fucking address. Namely anger. Shit. Have you seen some of these porns? These motherfuckers fucking shit out these sex dolls. Just literally splitting the pussy on the sex doll. Like, how you splitting plastic? That's NASA grade plastic on something that you just over here busting your ball sack all it. Whatever. That's it, y'all. That's it for today's episode. You know what I'm saying? Artificial sex. I hope this episode made you think a little bit, made you blush, maybe even made you question your own goddamn desires. Sex, intimacy, pleasure. Humans have always evolved. And now, we're fucking our robots. We're fucking our robots. Ladies and gentlemen, the future is here, family. And it is hotter than ever. This your girl, Magz. Getting the fuck on out the whoop. Then until next time, this. I tell you, D me down December is a motherfucker. Y'all wait till next week. Wait till next week. Because next week on the board is Naughty Santa. We gonna get into how Santa like to go house to house dropping off dick and cock. Boom. That's what now. Yeah, that's what he doing. That's fuck a toy. He got a toy for you. Yeah. He playing with all the ladies in the neighborhood, and we gonna talk about it next week. Boom. Y'all stay safe, stay out the way, stay out them streets. As always, love, peace, and hair grease. W.P.M with Magz. Out.